Hey, this is the Balanced Life podcast, and I'm Tiffany Coulter from the Balanced Life Decision Tree Learning and Writing Career Coach. And I want to thank you so much for joining us today. Today, our topic is going to be how personal insecurities affect our business. This is a problem because confidence comes from doing and having a good outcome on something we've done before. As we do things and we get better at them, we get more and more confident. But the problem for us as people who are trying to move to the next level is mistakes come as we learn. We have to allow ourselves to move out of what we know how to do into new areas. The thing is, you can lack confidence without being insecure. Today, I'm talking about insecurities affecting your business. When you have both a lack of confidence and an insecurity that's touched on by that skill that you're trying to do, you have an issue. So let me kind of talk a little bit about this. It's going to be a fairly short podcast today, but I want to give you some really practical things to do toward the end of this. I've seen this happen really often with people who were really great students who are not necessarily straight A students, but people who took their education seriously because they tend to view failure as a reflection on them as a person. So whether you were like a varsity athlete or a really great student or a student who just worked really hard and, may have been like a 3.5 student, whatever. There's not a specific number, but you really prided yourself on doing things well and doing things right. What happens is, as we encounter this resistance, as we get up to a spot where we don't know how to do something, if it taps on an insecurity, then we end up not starting, we end up backing up or backing away from the next level, or we might even under or overcharge for a service because we're either really trying to get people not to hire us or coming at it on another side of insecurities, we're trying to get a whole bunch of people to hire us to prove that we can do it. So let me give an example. Let's say you are trying to be a marketer. Like social media, I don't know. You're trying to market people. And so you want people to really like you, and you have this insecurity about people liking you. So if you're trying to move into a new market, you may undercharge your clients for the work that you're doing because you want to prove to yourself that you are good and worth hiring in this area. But because of that, you get yourself overcommitted, so you're not able to do it as well. So then you start to stress out. It taps into your insecurities that people don't like you, and that's why you're not more successful at it. And so then you start to back up, and you're like, why did I even try to do this? And maybe you'll hear somebody say, oh, you're charging way too little. You're, undercharging yourself. So then you surge the prices way, way up with someone where someone else is, whether or not it's the right choice. And then you find that you're not getting any clients. So then that taps into your insecurity again because now clients don't like you. And it becomes this vicious cycle. The confidence, however, comes in approaching the new area or the new task, knowing that there's going to be a learning curve. So the best way to approach something new is allowing yourself to, hold on, let me look at my notes real quick. See, I'm learning. All right, you need to get guidance. So you need to get some kind of training in what it is you're trying to do, but also you need to get guidance on dealing with your insecurity. If you are a people pleaser, then part of working and living in balance will be reading books to help you personally and being honest about where you are personally outside of your profession, not just read more and more about how to be a great marketer, but become the kind of person who can learn to be a good marketer, because marketing is a skill. But I remember I was watching the movie Gifted Hands. It's about Ben Carson. He was a neurosurgeon, pediatric neurosurgeon. So one of the things he did was he played pool, and he did things to keep his hands limber and, that kind of stuff. You'll see like athletes, they'll do certain drills. Maybe they'll like squeeze a ball to keep their hands strong, or maybe they'll, do things when they're sitting down watching TV. That's them trying to build their body, which is like us developing our personality, so that we're able to do well for them in the athletic realm, for us in the skill or career realm. So get guidance in both areas. Ask for help. Asking for help is not a weakness, but you need to plan for it. And then you just need to get going, realizing you are in fact going to mess up. So you need to build in to your structure, your learning, your fees, whatever, failure. You need to have a balanced approach, which means allowing time, money, whatever, for the consequences or results of a mistake. Don't go into a new area and give yourself ridiculously tight deadlines that an exceptionally experienced person would barely be able to make when you're trying to learn how to do it. For example, I'm working on some stuff and building my Shopify store for decision tree learning. And I am really not someone who feels comfortable working with a lot of computers and technology and like code and that kind of stuff. And I tried to hire it out, but some of it, because of the things that are on my computer system, I'm just simply going to have to handle myself. Even in handling it is contacting tech support at a company and asking them how to do it. I have to familiarize myself enough with what it is that I actually need, so I ask for the right thing. I need to allow for extra time and not create a ridiculously tight deadline that is immovable in my marketing plan for my books that are launching. So that's what I mean, is you need to have a balanced approach, allowing time for consequences, results, mistakes, issues, tech support, calling for people, waiting on other people. But the thing I want you to take from this today, the big lesson I have for you, is you are going to fail in new areas, and it is okay. The problem that we run into is we don't deal with underlying insecurities that are scratched by that failure. And so the failure becomes bigger in our mind and can become a hindrance instead of an area where you feel confident in. It doesn't bother you. If a gymnast is in practice and she falls off the beam or she misses the bars, she may just kind of laugh it off. I used to be a gymnast, and you would fall and you would just kind of laugh about how far off the bar you shot and how fast you must have been swinging and whatever else. You do it in a meet, it's embarrassing. The reason it wasn't embarrassing in practice is because we were confident there. We knew we were learning a new skill. We were trying to do something different. We were, leveling up to try to stretch ourselves. But in a competition, you only do the things you know you can do and that you feel confident in. Does it make any kind of sense for you? You don't want to look stupid in front of people. And if you're insecure about it, it'll bother you more than if you're confident. If you're afraid people are judging you because of the way you look, you're going to be really insecure if somebody sees you not looking your best. I just made some footage for some of my social media. I have zero makeup on. I'm wearing my reading glasses. My hair is pulled back in two barrettes and looks absolutely ridiculous. You know why I can do that? Because I really don't care about what people think of my appearance. Yes, I want to look nice. Yes, I want to look attractive and professional. Not attractive like sexy, but like professional. However, when I'm working and I'm trying to show what it really looks like behind the scenes when I'm working, I don't look dolled up with my hair beautiful, my makeup on, my best clothes on. I'm wearing a Toledo Mud Hens t-shirt, and I'm very proud of the Mud Hens. I love my baseball team. And so I can do that and not feel insecure. So think a little bit about what some of your true insecurities are, and then consider where they may be limiting you professionally or personally, or in an area that you're trying to develop in. It could be a health goal. It could be a reading goal. It could be joining a group or a networking group. Whatever it is, address that underlying issue with grace, with kindness to yourself, but also firmly. Get past this so that it no longer limits you. Remember, we're all going to fail sometimes. Just try to fail forward. Go to thebalancedlife.com and I'll see you there.